All right. Okay, I think we're good. And I'm gonna play on the hand cam. Hopefully it doesn't heat up again, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, let me make sure everything's default. Because I just got, wait, I can't show you here, but I just got my, whatchamacallit, for the very first time I got my Miko 1cc. So if we can't get it today, I'll do a little like commentary thing on this one. So I got it once, and if I could do that, we can try and do it live. So let's see. Let me go back. What's up, Jack? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Let's see how long this takes me. If we even could get the 1cc with Miko today. But yeah, that's the plan. I don't have like a set time how long I want to stream today, but I did quite a bit for the video yesterday. Because honestly, I've been in a little rut with the project. Same thing as last time with the Otogi video. It just comes down to the writing for me. Like, I'm trying to figure out the new... It's a bit tough trying to, you know, not using the format anymore. So I gotta, like, really get used to that. But I think it came out pretty good. Yeah, let me know if the camera freezes again. Every time it overheats, that's what happens. Yeah, yesterday I finished the entire script after making no progress for like nearly 2 weeks. I recorded it yesterday, and I got all the clips that I needed for the video. So yeah, a lot got done yesterday. I started a little bit of editing before starting the stream. Hold on. Okay, I want to kill that guy without bombing. But yeah, so I got majority of the project done yesterday. Today I started editing. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break and just play more aces. What's up, Bruce? Welcome, welcome. It's gonna take me a while to catch up. Quick. Oh, I got one of them. I want to take my eyes way off the screen, but yeah. No. No, now I'm depowered. I should get a chance to get a power up from this last guy, hopefully. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. And I haven't been the same since. A man of taste. Bum, 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 bum. I've got the Ray Z trilogy on Steam. Great games. I'm really kind of liking Ray Crisis. Those games look really cool, man. Even on like the PlayStation, they go on sale every once in a while. I want to get them pretty badly. Again, I've been slowly collecting more and more Shmup collections. So yeah, I'll get it eventually, but I don't know when though. I can't tell which one I prefer more though, because I've seen quite a bit of gameplay here and there, but it does seem pretty cool though with the whole like the lock-on system. Seems pretty different. See, I want to pick this up, but oh my god. A little slow. Vertical, horizontal. I don't know actually. I actually don't know. I think I'm still fairly new to where I can't really have. I can't say too sure. Like this was my first intro, right? This whole collection from Saikyo. And I jumped from aces immediately to Tengai. One vertical, one horizontal. So, and they both left a pretty big impression. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like both, honestly. But yeah. No. Okay, we recovered, but I shouldn't have died then. But I think I played more verticals more than horizontal though. Not because I would prefer them, it's just I think there's more vertical games out there. Come on. I don't want to grab too many. Tatsuki from Bleach. Always read vertical is better for visibility. You know what I wondered about that? Oh crap. What's stopping people from just playing a horizontal shooter vertically? Like just turn the game sideways or your monitor sideways. So like theoretically it could be a vertical shooter, right? I never tried it, but I feel like there's something there probably. No. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It can still go horribly wrong. We're at the end of the game, but oh crap. These four little things, the homing shots. What's the right word? There's a shot limit, right, on them. But if you hit something immediately, they go nowhere. So you can have like an immediate, oh crap, like a refresh, like a high fire rate of those like constant damage. So that's why she can do insanely good point blanking strategies. I didn't know you could do that with her. With Marion, oh crap, you can, but that's what I did with my 1cc in that game. But I never knew Miko was that good for point blanking until like a few days ago. There we go. Why not? It's kind of scary. I don't like this part. No! The bastards killed me off screen. Yeah, that boss is always so wonky to me, man. Always wonky. That's why I double bombed. Because like sometimes you can just like instant kill him. But I'm just gonna die here actually. Yeah, that boss always gets me, man. But I need to recover super quick. Okay. That was so risky to grab that. No, I want to do the point blank. But I wasn't confident. Okay. No. Okay. I'm not gonna do the point blank. Please be the devil. There we go. Got the 1cc. Holy crap. Dude, that's how good she is. The point blanking is a game changer. Like, I like it way more than Flush now. But yeah, stream's over. Everyone can go home now. The human brain is better at processing info coming from top to bottom versus from side to side. That's funny you mentioned that because of like how we read, right? Like reading from left to right. You would think horizontal would make more sense, but I guess it just comes down to preference. But like, I'm not too excited to play like Gradius, for example, because of recovery it has in that game. But yeah, there you go. That's the 1cc. We'll just keep going through, honestly. But like playing Deathsmiles though, that's like way more appealing, I guess, like as a horizontal shooter. But yeah, I think it's just the type of like how horizontal games are designed, probably. Like having more like grounded enemies, I guess. So it's a little more different. And like the recovery in the popular horizontal games can be pretty rough. So I want to say it's more so like probably outside factors, not like the screen position, but like more balancing and things like that. I'm assuming anyways. Every time you kill those 3 different enemies on the right side, that's how you know the boss is coming up next. What's up, Empress? Welcome, welcome. As a beginner friendly, but has arcade, and the weapon system and the mechanics are pretty cool. Tranius. I don't think it has any connection to Gradius, right? It just so happens to be a similar sounding name. Should be fine. Taking that death so early on is kind of bad, but we already got what we wanted to do the stream, so. There we go. Back to fully powered. You got to sort of be a little off to the right and a little bit to the left on the next body section. You could point blank the next one, but I always get hit, so I just rely on the old faithful tactics. At first, I was really like not into her bomb like at all, because it's not immediate iframes, right? So you can't use it on reaction when things get hairy. But with a bit of planning, you could do stuff like that. Like throughout the last playthrough, I'll shoot it early and use it more as like a shield, like an entire barrier to cover my whole body. Because that thing destroys shields, well no, projectiles. So I don't have iframes myself, my character. But you know, at least it destroys projectiles while I'm like doing massive damage. But But like we saw with the monk statue boss, yeah, they could get you once it ends. While Flesh's bombs, for example, gives you iframes as you exit for a little bit. That's a pretty damn good bomb. Not much into Eschatos. Any specific reason why, or? Like, I've heard that name a few times, but I never played it myself. Just gonna wait it out. I'm just maintaining my my max firepower. My God. You can point blank one of them as the enter, but I haven't really figured out the right spacing. I don't want to risk it. Come on. Yeah, she's a little weak without like the insanely fast like uptime of the homing shots if we're like hit something insanely quick. She almost wasn't fast enough to outrun that last bullet there. No, no, I forgot the setup. I try to bomb out of panic, but I'm just gonna use a bomb here. I'm gonna take a game over early, but yeah, you don't even see like the 4 like talismans come out. Like that's how fast they're hitting the enemy. Like they don't even appear. So you're just doing insane amount of damage like as soon as you fire. That's why she's so damn good. Seems like a good beginner shmup. Really good beginner shmup. It's my first one and yeah. A little early, but no, I did it too early. I couldn't pick up the any pickups. You bastard. I kind of just move up and down and hopefully I can pick up these power-ups in time. These guys, you can point blank a little too quick. That's why I just do like little pop shots and I can finish them off there. So it's not like too strict of like of a setup. You can get them like when they close in. There you go, got one up. And that's a consistent strategy, by the way. Speaking of consistent, this is far from that. No, every time, man. I kill the boss, but bullets don't disappear like Castlevania 1, so yeah. That's the only time it gets very rough. Let's go for it. I tried. Still pretty good though. I'm not gonna fire anymore. Please be the devil. There we go. Squeeze out of 1cc. How crazy Psycho games get late. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I really prefer the earlier stuff. This Gunbird 1 and Tengai. After Tengai, that's where things get a little too crazy for me. Like, I need to look up the year for the first 1945. I want to see how close it is to their earlier stuff. But yeah, 2 and Gunbird 2 are up there, like, they're getting a little too crazy for me. I said it before, but their later games seem like they're balanced around, like they start at loop 2 already. When these games actually are more fair, I think. But yeah, I actually read an interview with one of these Psycho devs. I think it was from like 97. And I think that's after these games, after the earlier stuff. Let me see. So yeah. In that interview in 97, they said they were going to start balancing the game around the veterans, like the high skill players within Psycho, like their testers. After reading that, it makes sense now, because after 97, that's where things get a little too crazy for me. All of these I think are very fair, like extremely fair. But this onwards, I begin to fall off. I'll learn them eventually because I really like Psycho. But I need some like really good like study stuff. But it'll take time. We'll get there eventually, but yeah. But now I think Miko might be my favorite character in this game. It was Flush for a long time, and I think most people should start there. But it was actually very easy to like implement the like point blank strategies that she has. It actually wasn't too bad. Like I'm mentioning in my video, but a lot of the game is very deterministic, even with like the random stage order and rank system. Those are just there to keep you on edge, just enough. But the game is still very like predictable. Like final 3 enemies right here. No, that was too close. No. Yeah, the game is very fair as a beginner shmup. Like once you learn it, it's kind of hard not to. It's kind of hard to forget enemy spawns because they're all pretty much identical, I think, no matter what the order. I think they add more enemies depending if they showed up later or not, but not a lot. Not like an insane amount of like enemy spawns. It's probably like 1 or 2 in like 1 encounter, I think. But yeah, for the most part, you can just rely on the same strats 9 times out of 10. Yeah, not gonna be this close that time. The shield mechanic in this Katos. Oh, okay. I didn't even know I had one. By the sounds of it, I'm guessing you don't instantly die when being hit. Like most games you do, right? So do you think it's a little too easy, or it's a little too overpowered, you know, things like that? There we go. I would try to find a 4th bomb in here, but I don't want to risk losing my power up. You have to beat the game twice to get the true ending, like Ghost. Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty, like, a common trope, right? In arcade games. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Even with Samurai Aces, even with it being my favorite game of theirs. Yeah, because once I reach Loop 2, I just throw my hands up and accept death. Maybe one day, but like learning Miko was like a pretty fun experience. It probably took like 2 days of practice. And this doesn't have like save states or stage select, so I just kind of did it raw every time. But it was more than doable. Like these fish aren't here if we were here earlier in the playthrough. But that's it. Everything else was exactly the same. Well, instead of having a direct shot, a singular direct shot, we had a try spread shot there from the pillars. But yeah, that's as crazy as it gets as like the mix-ups. Crap. But that's what I want to do, like this stream, to like show like how consistent this game is. It's not that hard to learn. Oh no! I didn't line myself up. Quick. I was kind of hoping I got the video done last weekend, because I thought I can get it done easily. Like, okay, it's, you know, it's a shmup. I played it quite a few times. I know what I'm gonna say. It should be easy to do, right? No, it took a lot longer than I expected. But I should get it done by, for sure, this Saturday. There's no way I don't. I could probably finish it tonight or tomorrow, but yeah. Back up. Luckily, I can put 2 bombs out at once. That's a pretty good, like, saving grace for her. Like, other people can't, for what I know of. But for her, I put 2 bombs out at a single time, which is pretty damn good. So even though I don't have like iframes on activation, at least I can like extend the barrier time, you know. Very costly, but powerful strat. No! I knew he does like a triangle, like a tri-shot, so I was trying to like anticipate the negative space there, but we recovered, but we'll see. Bruh. I was trying to avoid them to not increase my rank even higher, but I still grabbed both of them at the very end. Oh crap. I could have shot a lot earlier, but again, this is another cool thing about this game, like Psycho stuff in general. is just how short they are. We've only been streaming 30 minutes, and we went through the game 3 times? Oh crap. That was kind of close. But yeah, you could like turn out playthroughs very, very easily. So the short time makes it very easy to pick up and play, but also learn. No! Okay, backup shot. Okay. Okay, we're back. And I just hold it very diagonal down right. It looks like there's space down there to go, but there's not. Let's go corner and then move a little bit to the left, then you're good. Speaking of not being good, I'm gonna say that every time. Bastards. You gotta kill him quick enough before he even, well, before the backup shoots, I guess. No time to waste. I'll try to set it up. No. Power up. You kind of want to delay your movement as you go to the left side. Every time I crossed over, if I kept going here too quick, I would have been cornered. But since I delayed it just a little bit, he shot at the red carpet area instead of like the corner. Pretty bad. Yeah, I don't have the power to like point blank him right here. Bruh. Yeah, that's pretty much GG. I don't think I could even kill the final boss, the devil. I don't think I can. To be honest, I don't even know its patterns. I always just resource dump at the very end. Oh, we're dead. Okay, we actually can beat this. Hold on. I thought that was the final. Continue. Okay, we might have this if I don't die a single time. Barely got the power up. Okay, we had to do all or nothing there. Maybe. We actually got it. Dragon Blaze seems insane, dude. I've only been able to beat that game on the lowest difficulty. Otherwise, yeah, it's, what's the word? If you ever played like Guitar Hero on Expert, like that's how it feels like. But that's a close feeling I had like when I learned Expert back then. Like it becomes so overwhelming, I just lose control pretty much. And yeah, stuff like Dragon Blaze, Gunbird 2, especially the end of the game. Yeah, it gets too crazy for me. Not only are the bullets very fast, but they're very close together. So I just get lost and everything. Like I'm sure there's safe spots I can learn about and memorize. Like I do that already with this game, right? Again, even in the interview I read yesterday, they, what's the word? I don't remember the quote by word, but they pretty much said the later half of the game is pretty much designed around memorization, specifically for the more like higher skill players. So they designed the beginning for players to get into the game, especially with the random stage order. So even if you kept dying and had to retry all the time, at least you'll see a different stage. Like that was the thought process behind that. But once you get past that initial hump and like where the stages are fixed order now, okay, now it's a little serious. Time to memorize stuff, safe spots, instant kill setups, things like that. I like that. I just think the later games make the requirement a little too strict for me right now. That's all I wanted. Yeah, eventually though, I'll learn it. I'll learn it one day. There's a button press that blocks bullets in front of you, tied to a meter. Feels like it's invalid. Oh, okay. And I can imagine it feels like some patterns are built within mind, so instead of like using fundamentals to, you know, squeeze through them, it's just meant to like resource check you pretty much, right? With the shield meter. I'm just assuming though, I don't know if that's true or not. So I've heard of that happening in like other cave games where it was just some like final bosses are designed for you to use a bomb to just iframe through it. Like that's like the optimal strat I've heard, but yeah, I need that pickup. Always like to move forward in this boss fight because the outer turrets are so far out. They just perfectly line up at the very bottom of the screen. So just move up. It's pretty much everything. It avoids most things. And again, that's how like simple and like readable these patterns are. Like I'm sure the same like strats are used in other games. Like just move up and that's it, right? Like the number of projectiles is just there to scare you more than anything. But so I'm sure there's method to the madness. I just need to learn it with time, you know. The one time I decided to not shoot, I got killed for it. I wanted to maintain my powerful shot, but that didn't really work out for me. Shorter game season? Yeah. By a long shot, man. Still killed him very quick. I never tested it, but I don't know if stage order determines their health values. maybe she just does that much damage where I don't notice it. Yeah, I don't think they inflate like health the further you get into the game. Like, you kill things very quick as it is, so I'm not sure if it really matters, to be honest. Honestly, you might just switch off to Dragon Blade just to mix it up. Because, yeah, I was struggling. But hold on. I moved up a little bit so the travel distance wouldn't be so far for the homing shots. Which also means I can shoot faster, so. But yeah. I think we made our point with this game. I'm gonna avoid it. I want to kill this first phase. No. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Quick. That's another thing I mentioned in my video. You want to be right underneath enemies for things like that. Even for the boss that came up after this with the dual barrel like laser beam attack. You want to be right underneath them, and it makes things a lot easier, I find. I think that's it. I should be able to kill the boss now, but I have one extra bomb, unlike last time. Bruh. I don't know how they squeeze through like the barrier of mine. That's pretty much GG's. Yeah. That's a wrap. But yeah, like I was saying, like I was actually having a hard time like learning, well, not learning her strats, but like putting it together. I want to say it took like 4 hours, I think, of practicing, maybe 3. And in the context of a Psycho game where each run is like 15 minutes, sometimes even shorter, because we keep dying, right? Game overing. That's a lot of time. A lot of attempts. So I was kind of surprised how quick I got the 1cc, and now I'm just getting it like more consistent. It's like what, 4 out of 5 runs I get the 1cc by scraping by. Oh yeah, too high up. Yeah, we'll probably switch off right here, honestly. We're playing a lot of Crazy Taxi. I never played those games, surprisingly. I've always wanted to, but I should have Dragon Blaze on here. Yeah, see how this goes. We're gonna try normal, but I don't think it'll go too well. I need to make sure all my settings are back to like the default though. The closest thing I ever played to Crazy Taxi was the Simpsons games. Other than that though, yeah, I'm not too familiar. Like, look at the speed. Like, this is pretty doable. Very slow. Patterns aren't crazy. You know, this is like the first stage, right? So the rank is pretty low. But no, things get crazy very quick. I think it's usually around stage 4. Like, there's a massive difficulty spike. I don't even know like the perfect times when to use the dragon. Do I use? I'm assuming it's used like the chart shot and like aces, right? We want to use it in very specific situations. Okay. Like I'm sure you can like invalidate some like enemies as they spawn, to be honest. If you know exactly where to place it and when. Bro, 7%, I got my first game over. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm definitely not too familiar with this game. I might have to start very slow with this one, to be honest. Like where I play on a lower difficulty and just practice the tech shot stuff. And slowly go from there, but... And I think with the bullets being pink now, it makes it a little more harder to see things too. It could just be me not being used to it. But yeah, the more orangey yellow is my preferred like shot color. It's coming from Contra, right? That's pretty much the standard, like what I'm used to, so. When I saw a Psycho have the same sort of looking projectiles, yeah, it was a lot easier to like transfer over like some of those like running gun skills into the earlier Samurai, well, earlier Psycho stuff. I wouldn't doubt if that's doing like a burst of damage, like when I send it out. Okay, it doesn't like break projectiles, like enemy projectiles. Bruh. Nope. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just using my usual strats of just, again, like I mentioned earlier, stay in front of the enemy and just sidestep and hope for the best. I think the furthest I've ever got on normal mode was probably 80%. But that's kind of like where I hit the wall every time. We'll see how far we get, but if we get that far without much practice, that's actually not too bad. Like that just means I have a bit of refinement and like probably learn a few recovery strats. So again, like the final room with the 3 tanks and Samurai Aces, like I've died there a few times, so I knew like how to recover. So that's another extra layer you have to like pick up on the Psycho games. Because once you die in like stage 4 and up, I think, or stage 5, when you come back from a game over, you don't revive where you died at. You start at the very beginning of the stage. So you have to like climb your way back up. 5. Look at this. Bruh. Bruh. Come on. Just die already. Like, that's still nothing compared to the Metal Falcon boss in Gunbur 2. That and the red and blue statues at the very end of the game of Gunbur 2. Oh, holy crap, man. No. Oh, this is quite a mess. No. And I had bombs too. Oh my god. Oh. I don't even know who's the best in this game, to be honest. Oh. I just picked Sonya because it's pretty damn cool. I think every time I look this game up, I think Quaid is the best one. Well, I'm not too sure. It actually seems more of an even split, if I gotta be honest. It's not as like one-sided like Samurai Aces, for example. We'll try Quaid. It might be a situation where like I got my first clears with Flush, with like in Samurai Aces, and then I went to Miko, like my preferred character. So that might be the case here when I really get into Dragon Blaze sometime in the far future. Yeah, Sonya might have to be on the back burner, maybe. Oh my god. Just inch away from left to right and hope for the best. That's pretty much all I've learned from like playing a lot of the earlier Psycho stuff. Be in the middle or inch away from left to right. Oh my god. I wonder if I could still do a tech shot while the bomb is active. If that's the case, then it might be more doable than I thought. Like, it'll be more cost heavy, and it's not like I'm planning to do a second loop, right? So I don't need to hoard bombs. Because at that point, right, I did that same thing with Miko. I'll use bombs to prep a safer, what's the word? Point blank setup. So maybe I can do the same thing here. Oh, I think you still have the charge shot, but no, I don't think it's a charge shot, but I think it's just an alternate fire type, but it uses meter, I think. I can't see it on my CRT. It's actually cut off at the bottom. Oh no. I try to move right and then go up. He's a little too thick. Phrasing. I'm not even looking at the top of the screen. I'm just looking at my character and hopefully just sidestep to victory. No. I tried. Oh, I couldn't see the opening there. So close too. Not even a week ago, we're so back bros. Not even a week ago, we're so. Aren't they gonna close a lot of their stuff though? Yeah, I think I heard Xbox is like selling a lot of things they just bought. So I'm not sure if we could celebrate anytime soon. No one can. No one can celebrate. We brought this up last time, but Sony's like first party stuff was like down by an insane amount of like percent. And then Nintendo is relying heavily on remakes. So I guess they're joining that as well. Like I had hope for the new Smash Bros. Like I've been like holding out for years. But at this rate, I'm not too sure. I'll still play it because it's Smash Bros. But I had to focus there. We're getting Ocarina of Time remake. We're getting a Star Fox remake. You know, I wouldn't doubt if they're going to like have a Mario 64 remake as their 3D Mario. So yeah, if 2 64 remakes are coming out, I'm only assuming more are coming. If I gotta be honest. So between the idea of rebooting Smash and like getting a Deluxe Plus version, yeah, I don't think we're getting that Deluxe Plus. I would have preferred that, like everyone else did, but I'm not too sure anymore if that's in the cards for us. Oh no. All these jawbreakers coming my way. No. Look at this mess. But if I was good at the game, I could avoid all that mess with a tech shot. That's my fault. What's up, Naughty? Did you know that the Saturn port of Samurai Aces 2 had a bonus gallery? Yeah, I did. When I watched the S2G weekly video on it, they did like a whole like segment going through everything. Most of everything. But yeah. No. That's gonna be like one of the first 3 Psycho games I cover. Because those I'm more familiar with, or like comfortable with. And that I'm excited to play like all the ports for Gunbird, well, Tengai. And of course Gunbird 2, but again, a lot of practice required. Okay, I do wonder if Gunbird 1 has something similar to that. I think it has. I know it has a PS2 ports. I'm not sure if there's others, but yeah. I wonder if there's like, if that's just like a console port exclusive, having the gallery. But yeah. Dragon Blaze. A remake of Mario 64 is inevitable. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's great Sega has many amazing franchises that have been forgotten. Forgotten by them, maybe. Like most legacy franchises, they're only relegated to like crossover stuff. Like that's what Capcom's been doing, right? So, yeah. And same thing like, I guess Sega's doing with like the cross-world sort of thing. But, yeah, I kind of wonder why not just make a new game? More reasonable, what's the word, budget and time frame, and see what happens. It seems like everything's all or nothing, and especially when each game has to come out like 6 years, 5 years in advance, well, in between, you gotta wait 5 or 6 years hoping the last game you made carries you for half a decade, and that's not good either. You gotta have smaller games to keep you afloat, right? And that's why I like Capcom's earlier stuff. They had those in between games, but we'll see. Didn't even get a Switch 2. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That's my only hope. I probably shouldn't even have that at this point, but if Smash didn't get the performance boost version, my only thing I can think of, they're making like a new one, like a new one based off that edition or that entry of the game. Maybe, I don't know. Like, if they're not going to put in the work for Ultimate, like their biggest console seller, maybe they have bigger plans for it, other than just like a performance boost. So maybe a 0.5 version, hopefully. But yeah, that's... yeah. Nothing against Xenoblade. I've only played the first game. Well, finished it. It is pretty cool. They're getting a... I'm assuming a... what's the word? Origin. Like an Origin game. With Genesis. Yeah, that Direct was not good. Yeah, there was nothing I really cared for, if I gotta be honest. I don't even own a Switch 2, so I shouldn't even be watching the showcases, to be honest. I'm just hoping for Smash to show up one day, and hopefully not in like a quick slideshow like they did a long time ago, but yeah. I guess they're just leaning on that Star Fox 64 as their next game, I guess. Because people love them. Yeah, that's seems what happens, man. For some weird reason, but like at least Capcom's trying with like Onimusha, but yeah. So it's again, it's like a monkey's paw. But they did Resurrection pretty good, Ghosts and Goblins. So it's like a give or take. It just depends who's like at the helm. But I think for Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, I think they brought back the original guy. Like again. Because every time they revive G&G like every like 10 years, they bring him back every time, I think. Like I think that's what happened for the oh my god. For the PSP game. So they always call him up. So that's why it's probably felt more faithful as a return. But yeah. Bruh. Again, I'm speaking from inexperience here. But I think later Psycho games try to do both things at once. Cause like Shmup, well, bullet hells, right? You have to pixel dodge slow moving bullets, right? But earlier Psycho stuff were faster bullets, but there's more space to maneuver. Like the patterns weren't so tight. But for the later games, they kept the speed and the tight cluster patterns. So they do both, and I'm not sure if that really works for me personally. Obviously, it's doable, but how much of my humanity do I have to abandon to get that finished? Well, to get it done. Yeah, games are. Sometimes developers move on, and that's also a contributing factor to game franchise ending. And that's a good thing too, right? Because like Sly 1 and 3 were like a good trilogy. And of course, I wanted to come back. It's tough, man. It's tough. I feel like some series can go on forever, like Mega Man. Especially with how many different like versions there are. I guess you just need somebody with a vision and a team to like actually make it happen. And the time and resources. And yeah, that's a lot of check marks to meet to make something good. So yeah, it's tough, man. Again, at least we have what, 50 years going on of games to catch up on, so it sucks the output isn't as quick as before, but it's not like we have like a treasure trove of stuff to catch up on. And I'm not even sure if Psycho hurt boxes are small enough to do these small dodges. Well, fairly anyways. Again, it's doable. I've seen it happen, but again, how much of my humanity do I have to give up to do that? I had 3 bombs. I don't think you get iframes though. But that's just me from not first impressions. I played this game a few times, but I've always had this sort of feeling with their later stuff. They're trying to do their style, and I'm guessing Cave, because from what I know of, which is very little, I think Cave really uses pink bullets quite a bit. Like that's sort of their staple. So it seems like they're trying to like do both. But I like Psycho for Psycho. Yeah, it's, what's the word? Complicated. Yeah, I'm just gonna take all this and just use it for my video, by the way. That's exactly what I did last time, so. And like, whenever I come back to Dragon Blaze, that's probably what I say about this game. More so like the new change of direction in their games. Because like with my Samurai Aces video coming out, I pretty much described the MO for Psycho stuff. And that's going to carry over to everything. The random stage orders, the rank system, power-ups, how they degrade right at the max one, how they respawn you at the start of the stage, near the end, how there's like a huge difficulty spike at the halfway point. Like all that's the same. So it's not really much I can say new other than like more broader topics, I guess. Yeah, at least I found something to say for Dragon Blaze, I guess. Virtual Fighting, Knights, House of the Dead, Crazy Taxi, Jet Radio, Golden Axe. They're bringing back some of them, as we were told that anyways, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We've only seen... Wait, we haven't seen any of them. We've seen Jet Radio. Shinobi came out. But yeah, there's a lot still left unseen. So yeah, hope. And I think I even heard they canceled one of their live service games in the works. And yeah, who knows, man? It takes a long time for the stuff to come out, unfortunately. Earthbound, for example, hasn't gotten a new game since 3, because the series creator ended with the series and sees no point. So that's good that they found an actual conclusion, right? They said everything they had to do. Like, I feel like most creators don't get that chance. Like, look what happened with Isuno, right? With everything he's done ever, especially Dragon's Dogma. So, yeah. I feel like it's more of an exception than the rule to have like a fully fleshed out like game. And the series is even rarer. This guy is definitely the slower powerhouse of the game. Maybe that'll make it easier to dodge stuff, but you might have to have more knowledge of the game to like prep your slower movement beforehand. Maybe. I might switch off after this again. I do this every like probably 6 months, but I end up doing like a Psycho video system variety stream. We'll probably do another game I have on here. I might have Arrow Stars too. Maybe. We'll play that next. So at this point, I don't think I'm gonna stream like for too long, honestly. I surprisingly got the runs for Miko immediately. So yeah, just a little round robin, and then I go back to editing. Make sure I get it done by this weekend. Now, I'm still doing Overwatch next. Now that's gonna be an even larger mess to untangle, because I have way more notes, way more things to say. I've sort of been making both videos at the same time, actually, like Samurai Aces and Overwatch, because if I'm having a hard time like figuring out the script as I was for like the past 2 weeks, I would just work on Overwatch, get clips and things like that. And I finally checked the damages, and I have over 500 clips to look at. That might be more than I need, but yeah, that's gonna be a session all of its own. So yeah, I'm not sure how long that video is gonna be, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it up where I'm keeping my videos very, you know, tightly paced, like 10 minutes. The Samurai Aces video is a little over 9. It might hit 10 minutes with the outro. But yeah, so far I've been like sticking to my word of like keeping these very short and sweet. But Overwatch, maybe we might go a little more, a little New Game Plus on that one. You know what's funny though? The past few months, I'll say. Hold on. What? How do I say? The common topic I brought up with a lot of my videos before switching up the format was the fact things became too expanded. Right, going from very humble beginnings into something else. I find it interesting that I don't think I probably noticed at the time, but that's kind of like a reflection of how I felt with my own videos. And only once it hit me, I'm like, okay, like I'm not immune to it either, you know. I think we reached, I said this before in a past stream, but I think we reached the natural conclusion with that style of video. So again, I'm not immune to like my own criticisms of like other games doing that, of like getting too crazy. So that's why I went full on with like, I guess sort of making a sequel to the channel, like doing something very different, a new style, switch it up, start fresh again. So I'm kind of glad we're going back to those earlier sort of videos again. I think now I can do a little more, way more focus, I think. But yeah, a little challenging without the format, without the structure, but I definitely like how it's coming out so far. Speaking of Sega, did you guys ever play the Sega Sonic Tennis on 360? That was like the first thing I ever had on there. I think it was more of a demo disc. I think it was. I played that quite a bit. I never been one for like tennis games at all, ever. I never cared for the Mario ones. Sega was cool, but that's all I had. But I think there was even one on the Vita, and I never touched that. I don't know. Like, I never cared to play like golf or tennis, video games, or sports games in general, to be honest. Like, I played a little bit of Blitz and NBA Jam, but that's as far as it goes. Like, I gotta play the more extreme versions, and not like the pure simulator stuff. Well, I know Mario's not a simulator, but you know, I never got into him. I have no hope for revivals they're doing except for Virtual Fighter Cross. Again, it seems like they have the manpower and the vision to get it done. So let's see, man. The more and more that comes out, it seems what exactly people wanted. Again, going back to the basics, cleaner slate, not all the extra fluff, you know, over the top like hit sparks and reactions, long combos, you know, way more immediate, more interactions, things like that. And yeah. I even mentioned this, like, I felt this with like Street Fighter 6. Like in the Onimusha 3 stream, when I was talking about Darkstalkers. The immediate feedback of those older games, you know, more back and forth. While games now, they definitely tone down interactions by a lot. From what I've seen anyways. I don't play them too, I play them like a little bit here and there, like 30 hours. So very casual, but even as a spectator, I noticed a huge difference of like how the game plays out, like the style of it. Exists solely because former Konami developers got tired of just... Exactly, yeah. Same for Platinum, right? Going off to do their own thing. Even Psycho, they went off from Video System. And I think the same is true for even Cave as well. I think they are one of like 2 or 3 other... What's the word? Like... branched off companies of like former Shmup devs of like of a singular team. So it always happens. It always happens like I got to do their own thing and start over again, you know? I think that happens more often than we think too. Well, it should happen more than it should anyways. Let me try a different game in the background. I'll probably stream for like another 20 minutes. By the way, I'm holding on to this. Hold on, let me show you. I have not started this game up yet. I've been holding on to it for 4 months, 5 months. I'm pretty excited to check that out. I don't know when though, but we'll get to it eventually. Hero Fighters 2. Let's have this playing in the background. The Yasmin gameplay trailer is on now. Oh, really? That's crazy quick. They barely did the announcement, which I'm kind of surprised they have it out already. Oh, as a kid, yeah. I wonder how good it actually is, though. Because I have no clue. Let me write that down. Neo Turf Masters. Let me see. Neo. Okay. Golf game. Let me put that in parentheses. Golf game. Like, I've only heard good things over the years from the tennis RPG game on Game Boy Color. The sprite world looks pretty nice, but I'm not sure if I'll actually play that thing. Let me turn off the would it even fit in this overlay? No, I don't think so. I would have never. Oh, I gotta put in a credit. Well, I'm surprised it's not. It won't fit. Let's do that. 0. This guy's so sick. I think his name is 0. SSX Tricky. Yeah. I've only played it a little bit here and there as a kid, but I'll come back to it eventually. Takumi Rising. Galette and Cave are all the studios founded by former Toplan employees after that company went bankrupt. They shut down with the staff later joining Cave. Rising was later absorbed into Aiding, Bloody Roar, and MVC3 studio. The Shmup team from Rising to get laid off with one of its prominent members. Gawa later joining Cave. Oh, okay. A lot of shifting around of like talent, but they found a way eventually, right? Let's restart. You know what's crazy? Even before knowing what video system was, like I didn't know this was before Psycho's time. But I still saw the similarities. So like when I bought this game, I just went on visuals alone and like the style of it, and it looked up my alley. So to find out I had the eye for their sort of thing was pretty funny. I think there's a game by Visco called Stormblade, and that's also very, if that's the right name anyways, it's very similar to like a Psycho style shooter as well. I gotta try that one eventually. I actually came across a game for the first time called Hamada. I've only found the PS2 port of it. I'm not sure if there's an arcade. I'm not sure if it's a console or an arcade shmup. But it looks pretty cool. It's a vertical shooter. I didn't get to see too much of like the gameplay, but the style of it looks pretty sick. And it's one of those games I never heard like people talk about it, but I definitely want to check it out eventually. If I remember, you want to be offset, like off center of this boss. Oh, no. Speaking of the fast bullets, right? Oh, the Viking pilot. Oh, I've heard about that. The SNES port. I kind of wonder how faithful it is. Because if it's easier version, I might have to start there. I don't think I've ever played the first one, to be honest. I'm not sure if the overlay earlier showed it, but I have 2 and 3 on here, but I never got 1. So I might start with the SNES port. I think it might be more doable, but... And this is another game, aside like Gunbird 2, where I put in a lot of practice, but I just couldn't get anywhere. Like, I've tried and tried, but... I think like, when I was really practiced, I could get to the second to last stage, I think. Like, before the monkey. Like, the drumming monkey mini-boss. Crazy statement, I know, but these games feel a little weird, but... Hold on. This boss always follows the same pathing. I just wish I could do more with that information. No! I was hoping to kill him. Okay. I thought I was gonna die right there. What was I saying? Totally forgot. Bom, bom. Oh yeah, it gets extremely punishing at the end of this game. I think this is the game with the pods that come in from like all sides of the screen. And they do like explosion shot. But they're also very bullet spongy. Well, like damage spongy. So I can't kill them quick enough. Yeah, it was something about this game at the very end. I just kept getting like stuck there. Oh. I don't remember if this game has the... Holy crap. The random stage order or not. Dude, these bullets are quick. Holy crap, bro. Oddly enough, that I still prefer this over bullet hells. I would much rather have singular fast bullets than like me having to dodge rain. As cool as that sounds, but I was trying to grab that pickup. Oh no! I pressed my bomb button, but if I remember right too, this is one of the easier bosses in the game. Yeah, he dies pretty quick. I just died. I just messed up pretty bad. Giga Wing and Mars Matrix, but I didn't delve into them. Okay. Studio from that period was Compile, the Puyo company. They got shut down by different teams. I think Compile made GGLS Day, right? I think there's another type of shmups where I would much prefer too. It could just be because they're more, I think, aimed for console shmups, right? Like the console audience. So it's balanced different, right, for the home versus like the arcade. Oh crap! So I don't think Musha. I think Compile made Musha, right? So I think that was only for the Genesis, or came out first on the Genesis. So I kind of wonder if like more console shmups is my jam as well, but I can't wait to get a Musha, man. It looks so sick. There's a game they made called Gaiden. It was more of a tech demo or like a proof of concept. I think it was in a magazine at the time. So think of it more as like a quick demo disc. Dude, I was so hyped to play that game because the intro cutscene for Gaiden is so good. You play as a cybernetic like robo ninja. But the gameplay is very bare bones. Very bare bones. The formations don't look too interesting. I think there's 3 different shot types, but they're not too crazy. It's also very short. So yeah, it's more of like a premise, like proof of concept, not like a full-fledged game, but I think they had another Musha type game on the Saturn CD. I think it's called Robo Leste. I didn't see much into it, but the cover alone was like, okay, maybe that's close enough to what I wanted out of Gaiden. But yeah, I think Compile is like probably I'm assuming will be up there for me. Like I definitely like a few cave games I've checked out, but I don't think I'll like all of them. Not as much as Psycho, obviously, but yeah, it's gonna be fun time, man. Playing these more and making videos on them, like in between like larger videos here and there. A sequel to Live Low from 2008. Damn, 20 years later, huh? Hero Fighters. Yeah, I think that's what they're called in the States. I think the names differ between regions. I think, anyways. I'm not too sure. Gunnak and the... Oh, okay. I've heard about that. Yeah. Gunnak. Okay. Are worth playing. Try Lords of Thunder. Yeah, I definitely heard of Lords of Thunder as well. Yeah, again, a lot of like stuff on PC Engine, right? Like just in general, I've heard is pretty up there. I mentioned this before, but there's a game called Dragon Spirit or Dragon Saber on NES. That's another one I really want to check it out too. In time, man. The list is ever growing. Like I've been doing some prep work for it when we got here. But yeah, one step at a time. One step at a time. Let me just get the Samurai Aces out first. US Squadrons. I heard about that. Isn't it like 45 minutes long though? Maybe 50 minutes long? When a game gets, well, Shmup gets that long, I get a little... What's the word? It might be too much for me right now. Like when it comes to action platformers, I can definitely learn something like an hour-long game. That's pretty standard, 30 minutes to an hour. But for shmups though, I think 15 minutes to 30 minutes is like my sweet spot right now. And again, luckily, well, a lot of things that I learned to like came from Samurai Aces. So if it's not a Psycho-like game, yeah, it needs to be like early Psycho stuff, and I'll really like it. But so yeah, but it's gonna be fun, like to figure out what my personal tastes are going forward. It's not a port; it's a different game from the arcade. Oh, okay, nice. That's pretty sick. The Raiden collection on your phone. Yeah, I have the Raiden Fighters collection, the Aces one on 360. But I never played the other ones, right? I think PS1 has a Raiden collection. I'm not sure which games it has. I would imagine the first 3 though. But yeah, that's another series where I think might be close enough to like what I want out of this genre, especially Fighters Jet. But it might be too hard for me right now. But it's so cool. I just want to try it out more. Eventually, we'll get there. And funny thing is too, I never knew much about, like, over the years, right before I actually started playing Psycho and Video System. I've seen this guy before, and I've seen Kaori, obviously, and like I've seen their artwork and character designs and like some of their endings before, like without knowing like the game's name or like the dev team. So it's pretty funny how like all this time I've known about their games for years. We will cross paths eventually, just not at that time. But they're always around though. They're always around. Yeah, it's more like a burst shot. Are those balloons? Or it's like very slow moving cannons. But yeah, with how slow they move, it looks like balloons to me. Yeah, I'll just remember that the follow-up shot is pretty deadly. I think when the side things come out, yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, with my Samurai Ace stream, like the other ones, and even the Gunbird one, it seems like they have the same sort of like structure to their patterns, where you want to be in front of the enemy, because like that helicopter right there, right? There was a negative space in the middle, so it's best if you like be head on instead of like get caught in the diagonal. But it seems like that's the general strategy in all of their games, Video System or Psycho. Be in the middle and then sidestep, or just like be in the open area of it. And that gets me through the beginning parts of the games, but like I mentioned in the Psycho interview from earlier, they purposely made the later games like more memo heavy. And that's, again, it makes sense why I fall off immediately, because I need like very specific strats to get through. Because that's when bullets get a little too crazy. Woof. The music is so good in this game too. It's very whistly. No! I should have just bombed. He was so close to dying. Bum, bum. Had a collection on PS1 and Saturn? Really? I think there's even a 1940, I think 42 on Game Boy Color of all consoles, and NES. So it's pretty cool. Capcom ported those games to home console stuff. Again, speaking of the same interview, from what I read from like the context clues, one of the guys was a Psycho like member, and the other one was from Capcom. And they were talking about the same exact thing, like we both have games, well, like military shmups with the 1904 as our title. And they got onto the topic of like having a Chun-Li ship, doing crossovers, like making a game together. So like I wasn't too far off then with like the idea of them maybe making like a Darkstalkers game. Like it could have been possibly a thing. But yeah, it seems like Psycho and Capcom always had like a close or somewhat close connection. And it makes sense what we talked about last time with like the Mahjong game, Cannon Spike, and like the crossovers with like Gumber 2 and such. But yeah, man, that could have been so much. I feel like there could have been more there, but bygone era. Oh my god. Like imagine having Arthur as a hidden character in this theoretical Capcom Psycho collab game. In that Darkstalkers dream game of mine. Or you can play Red Armor. I'm telling you, man. It makes itself. There's something there. One or two seems to hit the sweet spot for me. I really like the art direction for those games. I should have 2? 45 2? Here we go. Do the first one. Put it on. I said this last time, but we'll do another 15 minutes. We'll end at a flat 2 hours. And I gotta eat dinner and then go from there. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. The more and more I looked into this, like I was talking about this even back in the I think the Ninja Gaiden 3 stream or the Razor's Edge one. Like, bro, in my what's the word? My desire for that game only grows by the day. Like, there's so much that could have been done there. Like that was a perfect idea, man. Perfect idea. Who else could have been in that game? Like, what's another Capcom horror character we could have used? The Ghosts and Goblins makes sense. This would have been way before DMC, so he wouldn't have been in there, obviously. It wouldn't have been like a Beautiful Joe situation. But like this game, I think I could do. I think I could 1cc this game with like enough practice. Like this seems reasonable, honestly. And again, I think it's still in that time frame where it's early Psycho, so it's more reasonable for me. But yeah. Again, I think I'm going to heavily reference that interview I've been talking about with every Psycho video going forward, because I didn't come across it until after I made the original script for the Samurai Races one. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to that a lot. Like I could find a tidbit for it, like a nugget in there for every game. I found something for like I mentioned earlier with how they approach balancing again for more higher tier players. Like with their later games, that's what became so crazy. How to design their encounters, I'm gonna use for the Tengai video. So yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. It'll take a while, but Jill Valentine, ooh, I like that. I like that idea. That sounds pretty sick. Again, she was like in MSC 2, right? So she was like already part of like the crossover universe. That would have been pretty sick. At that point, might as well have like Tyrant, or maybe he could have been like a hidden point item you can find somewhere. Like find his claw or something. I don't know, or like an eyeball or someone of Oh, look at that cheeky bullet from the side. Ooh, barely squeezed through. I was trying to avoid being cornered there, so I had to like move over. Oh, nice. And again, me coming from Contra, right? Orange bullets, they're smaller. Like, no, not many of them, I mean. And also transforming mechs, bro. And there's more I want to get into about like the Tengai stuff, but I don't want to spoil too much what I have in mind. But a lot of what Psycho does is exactly what I want. Like even in my like action platformers, they just have the same design philosophy with their shmups, which I really like. Oh, I could have squeezed through there. I was being, what's the word? Stingy. That's the word. Took me a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if this will work for everybody, but if you're a fan of Contra, you might be a fan of Psycho. Because look at this. Transforming mechs out of ships. He's shooting a huge cannon at us. Like, what's not to like? And look at these patterns. They're so much cleaner. And I feel like if I get hit by this, it's more my fault. Honestly. With like Dragon Blades, it's a little too far out of my realm. Wow, wow. Arcade games are the perfect great. Is that who they are? The rival team in that game. Like if they're from a different series? So I thought they were based more so on a famous like anime trio at the time. Like another like villain trio. I forget their name, but even they have their own shmup though. I know that though. On PS1, I think. I do know, speaking of Gunbird 1, I know there's a manga for that game. I gotta read that eventually too, man. Too much. It's too much. But I'll get around to it eventually. Oh, look at this. I might have to bomb this, but... Game over. We'll check out the sequel now, and then we'll call it there for the stream. There we go. The sequel. And I think you guys mentioned before, but City Connection is doing the port for Muchi Muchi Pork and Pink Sweets. I'm looking forward to it, but man, I think it's 40. I forget which one I liked. That looks like the ship that Flush used. I'm just gonna go with this. But yeah, I wish you could buy them individually for like half the price. I kind of just want Muchi Muchi Pork, if I gotta be honest. Pink Sweets does look cool, but let's be honest here. But yeah. Either way, though, Castlevania is coming out. So I gotta more focus on just getting that day one. Oh, dude. I don't want to spoil too much about my ideas, man, because the new meter system in this game is pretty cool. The bottom left bar. I think I started in this game or the one prior. I actually didn't check. Yeah, depending how deep you are or how much meter you have, the more powerful the melee attack is. Well, charge attack is. And Gunbird 2 added the they combined the melee and the meter system together. And you can use it to like bullet cancel stuff as Tavia. It's a cool progression. It is a cool progression to see. But man, the balance is a little too crazy for me in the later stuff. That's a cool idea for a boss too. Oh, I shot a bomb to escape that, but it didn't come out fast enough. I'm not too. Oh, okay. I'm not too sure if he has immediate iframe, so maybe that's why. I gotta have a panic bomb, man. And I probably won't play that character. Unless I know like hyper specific like strats like we saw in the with Miko earlier. But yeah, once we get a game over, we'll just call it there. Oh, oh. I kept taking contact. You don't die on contact, but you do de-level. You can use that to your advantage too, to manage your rank system. Oh, got a needle. Yeah, let me just bomb. Whoa, that is immediate charge. Bruh. That was extremely quick. I actually don't remember it being that quick. He was almost dead too. And Gunbird is still around today, and you can commission him to draw stuff. He even made an honestly for work art of character. Damn, he's still at it? I think even his artwork back then was on that line too, so I think he highly appreciates the Oh, again, bro, again. Speaking of the interview, there is a line, I think, at the very beginning that mentions in quote, I think even in quotes in the interview, in their own like quotes, they quoted somebody. They said he has very passionate fans, and then they laughed. So even back then, man, yeah, he had his crowd, and you see, dude, you see it. You see his vision in like Sengoku Blade very clearly. A man of culture. But that's sick though. He's still around. And again, dude, imagine if he was an official artist for a Capcom characters. If there's any one who could have done like Morrigan, right? I'm telling you, man, there's not many games. Like, I think I have a few like dream games I have in my head, but this one only gets more and more like, I wouldn't say painful, but like, it's so unfortunate we didn't get that game, because it could have been something like really good, like insanely good. It would have been like the match made in heaven, I think. So be prepared. I'm assuming that means they're pretty hardcore, if I gotta be prepared. It's so hard that an arcade original players had to use infinite life. Jesus. Did Pink Sweets ever have a what's the word? A re-release, like a new balanced version? Like, I know there's a thing called like Black Label, right? Like a altered version for balancing and stuff like that. So did Cave ever do that for Pink Sweets or no? Like to answer like some of those criticisms? Or was it like not as popular to get that? Oh, barely squeezed through that. I think I could have made it. I do that pattern. And later revision of PCB and 3. Oh, okay, there you go. This is the port, Muchi Muchi Pork. Pink Sweets, which the upcoming ports will be based on, have meters showing you. Oh, okay, so you have more info on the sides, pretty much, right? That's pretty cool. Because when I played the Aleste collection, they did the same thing. They showed you your like power upgrade and like the iframe window and things like that. I think even Esperade got the same treatment, where they'll have the extra sides to give more info. So that's pretty cool. A range mode, which changes the game to be more traditional cave-like. Nice, that's pretty sick. Large world out there, man. A lot of stuff. I've definitely learned a few things about shmups, but there's always more. There's always more, man. Those will be fun though. Inch our way through it. But again, one step at a time. Yeah, I'm actually way more glad I did the stream though. I was gonna use it to just decompress from doing all that work for the video yesterday. But now I have a lot of like stuff to go back and reference, like thought process things for certain games. Oh, just spawned. Oh my god. Yeah, it's about time anyways. This might be my final life, right? That's pretty cool. He did a jump right there. Nice. Game over. Perfect timing. The Shmup wiki has more info on explain differences between PCB versions and Pinks. Oh, okay, nice. I'm assuming that's like the go-to resource for that sort of thing. What game is this, 2? Yeah, this is a crazy good soundtrack. Like, it stands out so much compared to the other games you played. Like, Aero Fighter 2 has a standout one too, but I think this one's a little more above that. Like in energy and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Lightning. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta go back to the stream later for reference when I get to certain games. The Aces video should come out this weekend. And then I'm gonna be busy with Overwatch video. We'll see if I can get it done in 2 weeks. That's sort of like the schedule I want to stick to for now. But yeah, that's gonna be a little more bigger project. But I don't know. I've been planning Otogi. I've been planning this order for a while: Castlevania, Otogi, Aces, and then Overwatch. Now I'm not sure what we're gonna do after that. I actually don't know at all what I'm about to do next for the channel. But I'll figure that out when we get there, which will be like in a month, hopefully not longer than that. But yeah, Zero game. Yeah, I've seen it over the years and more stuff, but we'll see. I think I got delayed. I'm not sure to later this year or next year, but yeah, it's getting pushed back every few months. So I'm just gonna wait till it comes out at this point. It looks neat, but we'll see. I think I'm more interested in Stupid Never Dies, but in due time. Can't wait for that game. Yeah, it's been a few years, man, so I don't blame you if the hype is getting to a boiling point. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, GG's everyone. Appreciate it as always, and until next time.